In 1939, a brilliant German Jewish physicist sat in his Cornell University office, having fled Nazi Germany just 6 years earlier. Hans Bethe had already solved one of the universe's greatest mysteries: how stars produce their energy. Within a few years, that same knowledge would help create a weapon capable of ending the world. This is the story of Hans Bethe, the man who understood the power of the stars and used that knowledge to build the atomic bomb. Hans Bethe was born in Strasbourg in 1906 in what was then Germany. From an early age, he displayed an extraordinary gift for physics and mathematics. By the 1930s, he had become one of the leading theoretical physicists in Europe. But in 1933, everything changed. Hitler rose to power, and Bethe, who had a Jewish mother, was dismissed from his position at the University of Tübingen. He fled to England, then to America, landing at Cornell University in 1935. It was at Cornell where Bethe made his greatest contribution to pure science. In 1938, he solved a puzzle that had stumped scientists for decades. How do stars shine? What powers them for billions of years? Bethe discovered that stars generate energy through nuclear fusion, where hydrogen atoms combine under immense pressure and temperature to form helium, releasing tremendous energy in the process. This breakthrough earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1967, nearly 3 decades later. But there was a cruel irony to this discovery. The same nuclear reactions that power the sun would soon be weaponized. When World War II erupted, the United States government feared that Nazi Germany was developing an atomic bomb. In 1942, the Manhattan Project was launched, a top-secret program to build the bomb first. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the project's director, needed the best minds in physics. He recruited Hans Bethe to be the head of the theoretical division at Los Alamos, the secret laboratory in New Mexico where the bomb would be designed. Bethe's job was monumental. He led the team responsible for calculating how the bomb would work, how much uranium or plutonium was needed, and how to achieve the critical mass necessary for a chain reaction. His deep understanding of nuclear physics made him indispensable. Unlike fusion in stars, the atomic bomb relied on fission, splitting uranium or plutonium atoms to release energy. But it was Bethe's mastery of nuclear processes that helped make the calculations precise enough to turn theory into reality. He worked tirelessly, often performing complex calculations by hand, and his mathematical brilliance helped solve problem after problem. His colleagues called him a human computer. On July 16, 1945, in the New Mexico desert, the first atomic bomb was detonated. The test, codenamed Trinity, was successful. Oppenheimer famously quoted the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." 3 weeks later, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, killing over 200,000 people and ending World War II. After the war, Bethe was haunted by what he had helped create. Unlike some of his colleagues who had no regrets, Bethe struggled with the moral weight of his contributions. In 1954, when the United States began developing the hydrogen bomb, a weapon 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb and one that actually used stellar fusion, Bethe initially opposed it. But Cold War fears eventually drew him back in to consult on the project. For the rest of his life, Bethe became an advocate for nuclear arms control. He spoke out against nuclear proliferation, supported the ban on atmospheric nuclear testing, and worked to prevent the spread of these weapons. He continued teaching at Cornell and remained active in physics research until late in his life. He mentored countless students and never stopped warning about the dangers of nuclear weapons. Hans Bethe died in 2005 at the age of 98, one of the last surviving members of the Manhattan Project. Hans Bethe's legacy is complicated. He was a scientist who unlocked the secrets of the stars, whose work illuminated the universe. But he also helped build the most destructive weapon humanity has ever known. His story reminds us that scientific knowledge is neutral, but its application never is. The same understanding that reveals the beauty of the cosmos can be turned toward destruction. Bethe spent the second half of his life trying to contain what he helped unleash. Perhaps that's the ultimate lesson, that with great knowledge comes not just power, but responsibility. Like and subscribe for more history lessons like this.